Oh, it's something I can do for you. Well, there are plenty of things I could do for you. I can think of about 50 right off the top of my head. Oh, not that kind of a... Well, of course. Anything you would like from me, I would be happy to give. I'm guessing, though, that it's more about this. I thought as much. No, I stole it from Ford. Well, he wasn't going to keep it. It's not magical as far as he knows, or is it? That's most likely what you're here for, isn't it? Well, if you would like to identify it, I would be 100% alright with that. You just need to give it back when you're done, unless it's some dark and cursed artifact of unscrupulous origins, in which case I would very much prefer not to get it back, and advise that we destroy it as soon as possible. I don't know what these are, but apparently Jester likes them a lot. Her mother sent them or something. I don't know. They're good. Chocolate, I think. Right. I think there actually was something else I was meaning to ask you about while you were awake still. Do you ever sleep, actually, or do you just read all night? I feel like I've not seen you sleep in a long time. Should probably do something about that. Right. Sorry. Lost my train of thought. It happens a lot. This. Ever seen anything like this before? Is this some kind of a text or code you've come across, recognize, anything like that? No, it was with the artifact in the cave. Yes. Well, if you find out it's magical, perhaps you could look at the scroll next, see if you could work any of your brilliance on it. Of course. You know, that's why I love complimenting you and watching everyone else compliment you. You just don't know how to deal with it, do you? Well, I mean, I guess that is, in a way, dealing with it. There are so many people who don't respond well to compliments. It's a little exasperating. You know, what if I just want to tell you I think you're very interesting and handsome and intelligent and clever, beautiful person. Oh, that is your... Don't leave. I am 100% not playing with you. Not messing around. I mean every single word of it. Alright, you don't trust me, fine. You trust not, don't you? Right? She'd say all the same things about you. She has said all the same... I've heard her say it. So what, are you saying that Not is a bad judge of character, that she's a liar? Well, then there you go. Completely validated. I clearly know what I'm talking about. I'm very good at finding beauty in the world and appreciating it when I do find it. Sorry, too much. Alright, I will be relatively not loud for the next 5 minutes. Will you... 10 minutes? 10 minutes, right. Fine. Right. No, I'm not staring. I'm just curious about the process, you know. I've seen you do it a lot of times, never really up close and personal, though. Still need to count out all this gold. Make sure everybody is getting an even amount. No, I'm not. Not particularly good at that, actually. I don't know, who is good at well, clearly you're good at figuring out, counting out sums and all of that. Mathematics, I don't know, whatever you study at wizard school. I'm sure it has given you an advantage in a lot of areas. Sorry, I'm actually gonna be quiet this time. Alright, I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna see if I can find any kind of patterns or distinguish any vowels from consonants, if there's anything like that. Are you sure you've never seen this before? No? Never? Kind of looks like some sort of abyssal or undercommon. I personally have no idea what any kind of distinguishing writing systems one from the other. This one just looks jagged, you know, just kind of cultish and creepy symbols. And I know that means absolutely nothing in the actual world of literacy, but I couldn't tell you about that. Right, you done with that artifact? Right, okay, five more minutes? 15 if I keep talking. Right, okay, I will shut up. I would go bother Yasha, except she's off in the woods with Bo, hunting. And I really don't feel like walking in on whatever they define as hunting these days. I have the very deep suspicion that I would never be able to get it out of my mind ever again. I may not have a perfect memory, but that is the kind of thing that sticks and you can never get it out, and it's just in there forever. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I like it just as little as she likes it, so. Poor Yasha, she's stuck in the middle of all this. But you know, I have to say it was bound to happen. The flirting was obvious, at least on Bo's side, and finding out that Yasha was also interested, probably the best thing that's ever happened to either of them. Well, not ever. I have no idea. I have a very limited understanding of relativity of time and events, seeing as I, you know, basically 2 years old. But from what I understand, falling in love is a huge event, something that doesn't happen a lot of times in someone's life. And much as I hate to admit it, I believe Bo and Yasha are very much in love, and good for them. I don't... Have you ever... never mind. I'll ask you later, when you're done with the thing. Alright, that's enough of that. Jester found this. Isn't it pretty? We think it might be some kind of an owl, but can't really tell. Could also be a hawk. Either way, very pretty. Alright, I promised I wouldn't do that anymore. But then again, my promises tend to be, well, false promises. little, problem between me and sticking to any kind of truth. Including oaths and promises, although if I were to make an oath to you specifically, or anybody in this group, I do like to believe I would keep that. It's a little different than a common promise. I promise, don't swear, but I promise I will keep my philosophizing to myself for the next, how long? 2 minutes? 2 minutes until you're done with the ritual. Well, I can pretend if I want, can't I? Besides, Jester kept saying that maybe I should ask you to read to me or teach me to read some of the things that you read eventually. It could come in handy if I ever were to become suddenly interested in literature. Seems unlikely, but I'm not exactly trying to be subtle. And I know that you know I'm not trying to be subtle. So where does that exactly leave us with this whole thing? No, I get that. I want to take as much time as you want. If it never has to happen, that's none of my business. Definitely don't want to wake up with one of Nott's crossbow bolts sticking out of my fucking throat in the morning. So I'm not going to try and pressure you into anything. Saying anything, doing anything, nothing. Just your terms, however you want to do anything. I'm rambling. And I think it's been 10 minutes, right? Alright, well, is it cursed? Is it... That figures, so it's not even magical. Well, thank the gods, because Ford pretty much grabbed it with his whole hand the moment he saw it, and if it had been cursed, I would like to believe he would have survived it, but chances are not so much. He needs to stop touching things without getting the advice of our party wizard first. Right, well, I'm keeping it. It's shiny. I can... Maybe Nott wants it. You could give it to her. I don't know. Anyway, if you would like to take this scroll, get back to me on it if you find anything interesting about it, or just noteworthy, or have absolutely no idea. Show it to Bo. I know she's involved with librarians or something. Alright, well, I think that's about it. That's all that you were here for, right? Perfect. Okay, well, I'm gonna go have Jester redo my nails, and I will see you tomorrow morning, most likely. I hope you actually do manage to sleep, and thanks for this. Good night, Caleb.